Are we almost 2 weeks into March? Yeah. Do I look, sound, and feel just absolutely terrible? You know it. But we are going to talk about my March hopefuls. They may be light in page numbers, but they are heavy in themes and topics. The first book, we have One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This. It's basically a look on war, media, politics, and how humans and governments tend to justify violence in the moment, and once the clouds settle and the death tolls are finalized, they try to distance themselves from it. As the name implies, they pretend that they were always against it. But we'll talk about this one in depth in a couple of days. The next book is Invisible Cities by Italo Calvino, and this was sent to me by my dear friend Hannah. I'm so upset because the note came wrinkled, but she says, "The world is heavy lately, and I hope this gives a quiet space to step into for a bit. Sometimes we need our imagination to refill the tank, and Calvino does this beautifully." From Hannah. If you're not already following Hannah, you need to fix that immediately. She's genuinely one of the most kind, positive, and honestly, one of the funniest people on TikTok that I follow, and crossing paths with her on here has just been one of the coolest little highlights of the year. So please go check her out, send her some love, and tell her that I sent you. But this book is a series of described cities from Marco Polo to Kublai Khan, and it ends up being more about the human idea of memory, desire, and how we make sense of the world. The next book I haven't touched yet is The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus, and this was sent to me by my dear friend Mando. Mando said, "So glad we got to connect on Book Talk, my friend. Enjoy the book. Can't wait to hear another thoughtful review." Again, if you're not following Mando, please go fix that. He is honestly one of the best of us on here. Everyone I know in our mutuals just speaks so highly of him, and he's so thoughtful and kind, and I really like his videos because it feels like we're just sitting down and talking about books, and it just feels so genuine and heartfelt, and I love Mando, so please go send him some love. In typical Camus format, this book is about whether life has any real meaning in an indifferent universe, and from what I understand, it argues that even if it doesn't, we can still live with purpose by embracing that reality. And last up, we have Encounters on the Sea End by James Baldwin. This is Baldwin reflecting on his time in Paris, what it meant to leave America, especially as a black writer trying to understand identity, freedom, and belonging. It's real short, it's a collection of essays, and I think it'll give some good insight into Baldwin's writing and his place in the world. So nothing crazy this month. This will kind of allow me to finish these, and if I have time to read another book or two, then I can kind of throw them into the rotation, so that'll take off some of the pressure that I put on myself. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully sounding better. I hate being sick.